Okay, the next thing he needs to learn how to do is negotiate obstacles. And we've got some water up here and he's not real happy about it. We're going to try to get him to go through it and see what happens. All right. Good boy. Now, all right, what are you going to do? Which way do you want to go? You want to try to go around it? It's going to be water anyway. Good boy. Good job. Let's go back over here and get into some deeper stuff. See how that works out. Good boy. Good boy. All right. Nice job, buddy. Obstacles like that, that's a win right there for me. That's the third time we've been through that, and it's the first time he's went straight through it. Afternoon, guys. Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School, back with another video in the journey of a horseman. We've got Amish out here, and he's on a low picket line right now, and he's doing really, really good on that. And that's good because I need him to be able to do that if I want to take him somewhere else to pasture him and I don't have a fence. I can put him on this 20-foot lead picket, and I can just move that stake, which is about 2 feet long, anywhere I want to on this property and let him feed. The next thing I need to do is I need to get him used to being hobbled, which means I'm going to tie his 2 front feet together so that he can no longer run, gallop, walk great distance very fast, things like that, so that if I stop to do something on the trap line, at a camp, whatever the case may be, just a quick stop, even to use the bathroom in the woods, if I can't tie him up to something, then I'm going to need to be able to hobble him so that he can't wander off very far and I'm able to walk back over and grab him up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put a lead on him, just like we would if we were on horseback and he was saddled up. I would take the lead and the hobbles out of his saddlebags, and this is what I would use. So let me readjust this camera just a little bit so we can see the ground really good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and get Amish. We're going to take him off of his stake out and put him on a lead. We're going to walk him over here a little ways away from the stake out and stop him. And we're going to tell him to whoa, and we're going to tell him to stand. And then we're going to reach down and we're going to take his foot and let him know that we're here. He's looking at what we're doing, but he doesn't understand it. And I'm rubbing his foot just to see how he's going to act. And then I'm going to take this hobble. I'm going to let him eat if he wants to eat. That's fine. I'm going to take one hobble and I'm going to put it on his foot. If he gets a little bit nervous about it, I'll pull him up here to me. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, good boy. Face out of the hay for a minute and make him walk forward a little bit. Okay, he understands. So it's not bothering him too bad. Hup, hup. He doesn't want to walk because he knows he's hobbled up and he knows he can't walk very far. And I don't want to make him try to walk very far because I don't want him to trip. But I need to understand that he knows what to do in those hobbles. One step is fine, both directions. I just want to make sure that if I pull him, he understands what those hobbles are doing. And then he can go back to eating as far as I'm concerned. And I'm going to take the lead off of him and just watch him and see how he does for about an hour with these hobbles on and how far he actually wanders. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And this is exactly what I want him to do, graze while he's hobbled. So it's not a big deal. He's not working right now. I want him to understand it's okay to graze when he's hobbled. That's going to keep him from walking off. boy, Amish. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Yep. Oh. Okay, so I consider that a win. You know, he had him on for a little while, and he didn't act up. He was a good boy. We took him off, no problem. We're going to put him back on his low picket and let him feed again. Little victories is what it takes with horses. It takes a long time to train a horse. He threw me today. My back's really, really sore right now. He actually threw me 2.5 miles out into the wildlife area. He got spooked by a deer. Started bucking around and threw me end over end. Of course, I've got a mare that's in heat in the barn over here, so he didn't bother sticking around to wait for me. He came back by himself at full speed. But when I got back up here after walking 2 miles out with a sore back, I got right back on him, took him right back into the wildlife area. We did a water crossing, and he saw a couple more deer. One of them spooked him a little bit, and he stuttered around a little bit, and then he settled down. I got control of him again. The second one didn't bother him near as much. So, you know, every time you expose them to something, that's part of desensitizing them, getting them out on the trail, understanding, you know, what a water crossing is, what it's like to have wildlife run out in front of you. The things that are going to be spooky to a horse, they just have to be shown over and over and over again to desensitize them. So we're doing the same thing with the hobbles, desensitizing him to the hobbles so they don't bother him, and we can use them when we're out on the trail. I'm Dave Canterbury at the Pathfinder School. I appreciate you guys joining me for this video. Amish and I thank you very much for all the support you give us, my family, my school, and my business. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. All right, ready to eat again?